In the mid-1800s, the spiritual landscape of southern India was defined by ancient temple traditions and established devotional paths. Within this environment, a philosopher named Ramalingam Vallalar authored a massive manuscript known as the Thiru Sixth Thirumarai. This text contains a detailed record of internal physical states, providing a phenomenological dataset for modern analysis. Vallalar organized these observations into a framework called Sanmargam, which functions as a proposed biocognitive algorithm. Sanmargam hypothesizes that maintaining an extreme state of universal compassion can drive measurable evolutionary changes at both the neurological and quantum cellular levels. Evaluating this claim requires looking past mystical terminology and focusing strictly on the biological mechanics described in the text. Modern researchers are translating Vallalar's claims into scientific models, isolating a three-part chain. Phase 1, sustained compassion triggers physiological heat. Phase 2, unsealing a neuroanatomical gateway in the brain. Phase 3, the systemic evolution of cells into light-like particles. By breaking Sanmargam into this chronological chain, we can evaluate each step against the current understanding of neuroscience and quantum biology. The sequence begins with Jiva Karnunya Olikam, active universal compassion directed toward all living beings. The baseline required for this state is high. Vallalar documented feeling such extreme empathy he would physically weep at the sight of a withering plant. He claimed maintaining this acute emotional frequency inevitably induces Sutha Ushnam, or pure heat, within the body. Modern neuroimaging shows sustained compassion increases activation in regions associated with empathy. Research indicates these states alter the default mode network, our baseline sense of identity. Over time, these networks physically change, demonstrating the brain's inherent plasticity. In the Sanmargam model, empathy is not just a moral sentiment, but a mechanical, biological trigger required to initiate a physiological chain reaction. As that physiological heat is sustained, the sequence moves to phase 2, the 10th door. Vallalar provided specific coordinates for this gateway, describing it as a minute opening located deep behind the soft palate and the openings of the eustachian tubes. He described the opening as microscopic, similar in scale to the tip of a needle. According to the text, the heat generated by compassion unseals a dual-colored membrane covering the store, a membrane noted as yellowish on top and whitish on the bottom. Gross anatomy doesn't show a literal door with a dual-colored membrane at these exact coordinates. However, the functional implications of his claim map onto structures like the pineal gland, which plays a central role in regulating states of consciousness. Others associate this gateway with the claustrum, a thin sheet of neurons believed to integrate different components of conscious experience into a single whole. Additionally, Vallalar's proposed nerve path to the 10th door mirrors the thalamocortical pathways that modern science recognizes as essential for conscious awareness. While the 19th century terminology is poetic, functional neuroanatomy confirms the existence of specific gateways for altered awareness, exactly where Vallalar predicted. The unsealing of this gateway initiates the terminal stage, the achievement of the light body. The text claims this opening triggers a systemic alchemical shift, where physical body cells transform into light-like particles. This claim aligns with current research on biophoton emission. Every living cell in our bodies emits a constant, low-level stream of light. When these individual cellular emissions become synchronized across a tissue sample, they achieve a state of quantum coherence. Some quantum biologists theorize that systemic coherence might provide a mechanism for consciousness to interact with physical systems at the subatomic scale. Vallalar's account of the light body provides a 19th century description of systemic quantum coherence. Current empirical science faces clear limitations in verifying a complete transformation into light. Quantifying a subjective, phenomenological experience within a rigid scientific framework remains an inherent challenge. We must evaluate the unprovable final phase against the objective data we can measure, such as shifts in brain structure and functional connectivity. The lack of empirical proof for the terminal quantum phase does not invalidate the verified neurobiological precursors that initiate the sequence. The San-Margam model presents a system where ethics, neuroplasticity, and quantum mechanics are deeply entangled. By altering the behavioral input at the start of the chain, the practitioner theoretically rewrites the physical output at the end. Vallalar's work stands as an open challenge to modern researchers to investigate the full capacity of the human organism. Bridging subjective contemplative traditions with objective quantum measurement represents a necessary step in creating a complete model of human evolution.